Hey y'all, boy, what about this cool weather? Woke up to about 46 degrees this morning here in East Texas. Fall is here for sure. Tell you, it feels good out here. Got the place kind of mowed up and dressed up on a beautiful Saturday. A few clouds, blue sky. Good day. Hope y'all are having a good week. It's been a busy one here. October's going to be a busy month. Looking forward to this evening. About to head out. That's why I'm a little gussied up. I've already got out of my rag clothes from working. Going to head out to the Piney Woods Fair this evening, but not on leisure necessarily. I've reflected on it most of the day, how things come full circle. It's going to be quite a privilege, actually, going out there. Going to get to join other business owners that will represent Lone Star and give back a little bit to these kiddos that have put in some really hard work over the last few months raising an animal and learning some pretty hard lessons about commitment and animal husbandry and record keeping, and they've all showed and placed in their own regard, and we're going to go spend a little money and give back a little bit. It'll go to their college funds and different things, and just proud to be on the other end of the desk. I guess it was about 32 years ago, Dad and I was talking about it the other evening, that I took on the task of raising a lamb for FFA, and old thing's name was Champ. It's a Suffolk. Never raised a lamb before, and Dad put the money into building a pen. They're off of Turner Street, Nacogdoches, in town, but no restrictions. And boy, I learned hard way. I guess these kiddos and all of us just kind of get up early and barely enough time to get ready and eat a little breakfast and head to work. But these kids raising these animals, it's a whole nother ball game. Fortunately, the society of today is we're not having to get up necessarily in mass and do much chores to keep animals going, at least not in the mass populace. But these kids that take on that project, they're up an hour or two earlier than their peers and out taking care of the animal, and we would exercise it. I'll never forget that old 79 orange Datsun truck Dad had. It was the second vehicle, but I'd get in the bed of it, and Dad would take off. A little school there down the road, big old field, and those of you that have been around lambs for any length of time, like a dog, they'll follow you anywhere. We'd have to exercise to build those muscles. So daybreak would find me sleepy-eyed, and in the back of that truck, that lamb would be chasing us. I'd have to go back, change clothes, get ready for school. So, but it teaches you commitment, So we're gonna go up there this evening and see the fruits of some hard work by these kiddos, and maybe buy a few chickens that way overpriced, but investing back. So proud to work for Lone Star and be able to represent them this evening, along with some of my other co-workers, and see the big smiles on those kids' faces. I remember I placed 12th because we didn't really know what we were doing, but we did our best. And boy, I put the work in. Dad put the work in, and you got these folks that time they're moving in different paths. And they placed grand champion in reserve. I'll never forget when I hit the sale ring, didn't know what to expect. I'm out there and everybody's barking bids, and before long it got up there, and I didn't think I understood it right, and it kept going and ended up right at $3 grand back in '87, I guess, for that little old lamb. I don't think it hit me for an hour or two, but we come shy of just raising just about what the grand champion did, 12 places down. But just blessed to be a part again tonight of seeing that play out again on a different scale, as these kids get their due reward for a lot of hard work. Teaches you a lot, teaches you commitment. You don't get the back up from it. It's usually a whole family thing involved, and it pulls you closer together. Funny thing about worth, I guess any one of those animals really ain't worth near what we're going to buy it for tonight. But Seen an old story about a dad that was about to die. And he took out an old watch that his granddad had been passed down to, a couple of 100 years old, and called his son in there and said, "Son, I want you to have this watch, but before you do anything else, I want you to go down the street and stop in that little clock shop down there and tell that man I want to sell it, see how much he'll give it for it, come back and tell me." Lad ran down the road and come back just a few minutes later, kind of sad. He said, "Dad," he said, "he'd give you $5 for it." He said, "All right, well, tell you what, I want you to go down to the coffee shop on the other block and find out what they would give you for that watch." He did the same task and come back a few minutes later, said, "Dad, $5. He said, "I understand." He said, "Son, take it to the museum down there on the courthouse square and see what they'll offer you for it." Took a little longer to come back this time, and he returned and walked into his dad's room there, and he said, "Dad, that man down there offered me $1 million for this watch." His dad smiled and looked at him and said, "Son, that's the lesson you need to remember. When you're in a place that doesn't know your worth, there's no sense in getting angry. Those that appreciate you, they'll know your worth, and they'll let you know it." Pretty good lesson. And we know the worth of the work that those kids have put into these animals tonight. And be a lot of small business owners there from Nacogdoches and surrounding counties putting their money where their heart is. I'll promise you that none of those kids spent enough profit-wise to make the money that'll be spent tonight, but that's not what it's about. It's an investment back in your community and the next generation. Well, the dogs are on me here, y'all. I don't understand why I'm so dressed up. Puppies are good. They're in seclusion under that house. I did check on them, so they're good. Chickens are fine. Everything's copacetic here on the old place. Well, I've rambled enough. Let me do a quick roll call. I'm gonna have to get on down the road and get ready for the evening. But, it's a blessing. Sure is. Y'all sound off where you're at, and we'll see what we can do. See, I see a connection's going in and out today. I'm sorry about that. I guess you'd have to rewatch it and figure out where the gaps are at. Just one of them things. All right, let's see who else checking in. There's AC Charles. How are you? Miss Misty up Texarkana way. How are you this evening, ma'am? There's Connie and Joanne Smith. Caught me live, yeah. It's a beautiful fall Saturday, sure is. Celebrated first birthday for my great-granddaughter. Oh, that's awesome. Good stuff. There's Miss Ladina putting an oil pan on the car today. Well, it's a good day to do it, I suppose. There's Miss Dorothy. Those two roosters are doing just fine, ma'am. They are only one of them crowing, and he struggles, but he gets it out there eventually. It tickles me every time I hear him. There's Martin Rodriguez. How are you? Marie's checking in. Jerry Madison, beautiful day there. We have sunny skies here in Arkansas. Yes, ma'am. Let's see here who else is on. My good buddy Mike from Cottonwood, California. There's Miss Tanaya up North Carolina way. Let's see. Andrew's checking in. All right, I think that's everybody this evening, or this afternoon. I'm going to wrap it up and get on the road downtown, I suppose. Y'all have a good evening. Be the light, know your worth, and hang out with folks that know the same. That's how it's supposed to be, I guess. Y'all make a difference. Have a great weekend, and be the light. We'll check in with you later.